Thor number 31 was published few days ago with this impressive cover, showing Thor being swarmed by the legions of the dead. Corvus Glaive kidnapped Thor's baby sister Lausa and dragged her away into a wasteland of magic untouched. As Thor pursued them, he learned that his grandfather Bor and Thanos battled over these lands for control of an ancient weapon. Later on, Bor had sealed the weapon behind a vault that could be opened only with his blood. Thor and Runa saved Lausa before Corvus could use her blood as the key, but Thor refused to leave without knowing what secrets lay behind that door, not knowing that someone else was watching, namely Dr. Doom. All of history unfolds before Thor. Everything that has happened and will happen, past, present, and future, are visible in the clouds. He sees the beginning and the end, and like his grandfather before him, Thor finds the weight of eternity too heavy to bear. He is interrupted by Lausa, who becomes a young woman all of a sudden. She tells Thor not to look into the time storm, and that he was the one who taught her that. She then says that she is going to check on the dead, but Thor doesn't understand what she means. Later on in Valhalla, Thor calls Jane Foster, who tells him that Valhalla is empty, and then she picks on Odin, who doesn't like her, and calls him Modin, cause he is trapped inside Mjolnir now. Jane tells Thor that she was supposed to protect Valhalla, but she doesn't even know where to begin or how to bring back the dead. Her eyes do not see more than Thor's, as Valhalla's soil has lost its purpose. They then teleport to Asgard, where Thor says that they are under attack, and tells Jane that he broke the bridge when he hulked out. Thor doesn't know his enemy, and feels like he is not in control. Everyone knows more than him, even little Lausa. She told him to check on the dead, but the dead are gone, so it's time to seek out their goddess Hela. Thor then summons his goats and fly with Jane into Hell, only to find it empty and broken. Thor explains that these two giant ravens are called Valraven. They feed on the flesh and the souls of the fallen in the first battles. From inside the hammer, Odin says that they should have killed these ravens long time ago. Odin wants to confront the giant ravens, but Thor says that they are harmless. Hugin and Munin then inform Thor that they searched every mile of Hell, but the queens Hela and Karnella are gone. Odin can't stand it anymore and launches the hammer against Thor's will, then strikes the raven and takes him down, then pounds on him. Thor then holds the hammer again, with Odin remarking that they need answers. The other raven tries to stump Thor and Jane, but she protects herself and Thor with her wings. She then asks the ravens about their queens and the dead, and the raven says that death came to the land of dead, and now they are all gone. Thor doesn't like what they say and demands to get real answers. He strikes the ravens with some lightning, showing them what it means to be the king of Asgard and the lord of the realms. The ravens beg Thor for mercy and vow to serve him well. But they are suddenly interrupted by a dragon they call Nidhogg, the eater of the dead and the tearer of corpses, who is supposed to be dead. The beast is not alive and has no soul. Thor hurls his hammer at the dragon, who tries to swallow it, but he summons the hammer back, and it smashes its way out of the dragon's head, forcing him to retreat. Later on in Latveria, Dr. Doom in his castle speaks to someone and says that humanity doesn't have the attention span for Armageddon and that it takes too long. Looking into a flask which contains an ethereal being, Doom says that his name was Oliver, and he thought he could outrun the wildfire, but the flames were faster, and he died with his family in his burning car. Doom then reveals that he is speaking to Hela, who is imprisoned in a large tube, and asks when the dead will come to her, and if they blame the mortals for their inaction and lack of resolve. Hela tells Doom that he forgets that he is mortal too, but Doom says that he may be mortal, but he doesn't lack resolve, then puts the flask which contains Oliver's soul on the flame. Although the course of events is a bit slow in this run, I still enjoy reading it and can't wait to see Thor confronting Doom and Thanos. Hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, share and like. Thanks for watching and have a nice one.